IELTS podcast.
Hello there, hope your studying is going well, and this is just a quick message from me to say that this podcast is another one dedicated to the speaking, and it's a mock exam, so you're going to hear the questions, and in theory what I would like you to do is to answer. And if you're not in a place where you can talk, or people might think you're crazy or whatever, you can just even imagine what you would say, okay? But the ideal would be that you're actually answering it, and even better, if you can record it, then you can find out, you can listen to it later and then analyze it for mistakes, or even pass it on to someone else, send it to somebody else and they can have a look. And also, just a quick reminder, if you are worried about your speaking and you need some last minute help, remember to look at the evaluation service where you can send in a recording. You could even send your recording to this exam if you wanted, and you can get a full error report, and so you know which areas to work on in the future. So yeah, have a look at that and tell us what you think. Also, send me an email if you have any ideas for what would be a perfect speaking podcast, okay? If you want blank spaces, if you want to listen to native speakers doing the podcast, doing the answering, then just send us an email. And also, just a small request, if you could give us some reviews on iTunes, that would be awesome, and I'll even help you out afterwards. If you send us an email saying, Ben, I left an iTunes review, as long as it's 5 stars, I'll help you out with some essays or something like that, okay? So just food for thought there. Have a listen to this one and tell us what you think. Cheers.
What do you like to do when you have free time? Have you got any interests or hobbies? Are there any new hobbies or sports you would like to take up? How do you usually spend your evenings? What did you do last weekend? When was the last time you left the city? Topic card says, talk about a job a friend of yours does. You should say how long they have been doing that job, the good and difficult things about that job, whether you think your friend likes their job. Explain if you would like to do this job.
Okay, so your 1 minute is more or less up. So that was more or less 2 minutes. Okay, now she'll ask you more questions.
Before we were talking about employment. Now I want to ask you a couple of questions related to this topic. Firstly, do you think it's easier nowadays to find a job or harder compared to the past? Have you experienced difficulty finding employment? Do you know of others who have also had difficulty? Why do you think that is? Could you explain that a little more, please?